First foods really deserve their spotlight. It doesn't get enough credit for the value it brings to the earth, really. I am Chef Alexa Numkena-Anderson, and we are in my new restaurant today called Javelina. Javelina was a pop-up that we've been doing for this past year, and I have been making a combination of Native American comfort food, so stuff that you'd be finding at powwows. People really love the fry bread, so I wanted to give the people what they want. But then also really making dishes utilizing first foods. I want people to come into this and feel like this is their space too. So I'm trying to showcase it like with everything from the art on the walls to the blanket on the bench. There's just so many little things that I want people to feel familiar in this space. There's been so much support, and every time I think about it, it makes me very emotional, especially from the Native community. Like, we would not be where we're at without the Native community here in Portland and even in surrounding areas.
I've attended with my partner and friends various events that they've done around town. It's been exciting to watch as they've expanded their menu from the original powwow comfort food at those events into the various pop-ups that they've produced. Now moving into this brick-and-mortar space, everything about their food has been great. Every time I've eaten it, and this was no exception.
Javelina has been this beautiful recognized brand for this past year. We started off doing like powwow comfort foods, but I didn't think it really captured what everything it was that I wanted to do. So we've switched it to Indigenous dining to just really represent an Indigenous person. For this menu, I am coming at you with the fry bread because people demand the fry breads. I will accommodate. But then I have like our bison chili. Bison's better for you. I have this really awesome rabbit and like fire roasted chili stew that I'm making. That really reminds me of my grandma.
Just so prideful for me to hear about the amazing work that they're doing and continue to do. And just inside reading the menu, my mouth was just drooling because it's our native foods on a menu. I'm not going to the store, I'm not making it at home myself. It's a restaurant and it's here finally, and I am so stoked.
I'm trying to incorporate all of these like first foods, but speckled into something that's highly approachable. For me, I'm doing this for like my daughter. I want her to grow up in a world where first foods are accessible to her. I want her to be able to go down to the corner restaurant and be like, I'm eating my people's food. The fact that we can't just do that blows my mind. So as hard as it's been, as exhausting as it's been, it's all for our people. I want people to try these things. I've noticed there's been times where people are like, that haven't grown up with these items, are like, what is that? I'm like, try it. It tastes kind of like braised beef. It's delicious. They're like, are you sure? I'm sure. I wouldn't serve you something that tastes bad. These dishes I am making are like really for the Native community. It's to represent Native people, Indigenous peoples. We are these people that are in the city, and then we're these people that will end up at the longhouse. And so sometimes that means fry bread, and then sometimes that means some rabbit and wild rice. I think one of the things that people say to me, not very often, but they're like, fry bread isn't native. And I'm like, yes, they are not Indigenous ingredients, but it's still a part of the culture. I think that's really important for recognition and for healing. I can't ignore what history has provided for our people. I can just embrace all of that and move forward with pride and what we're able to make out of nothing.